What's going on YouTube? Brad Clark here with MotorYakTV. Alright, so since I can't catch fish for real, I decided to get a game for my Xbox One. It's really cool. It's called Fishing Sim World by Dovetail. And I'm going to show you just some basics of how to navigate some of the menus and kind of how to catch bass a little bit. This is going to be like a basic overview, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I do plan on doing kind of a series where I go over this game because I think it's that good. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so here you have the add-on store for the Fishing Sim World Dovetail Games Trophy Hunters Equipment Pack. You can do all kinds of different things with that. Dovetail Live is a group that you can, I guess, talk to other people, and I haven't really messed with it that much, to be completely honest with you, but they do updates, and see here I can get an update, and that's pretty cool. I have to go do that later, and it tells you some information and all that kind of stuff. So good thing you can shop. Here you can go through and let's say we pick bass, predator, you can get rods, reels, lines, lures, all that kind of stuff, carp, and it just gives you all the stuff that you need to be successful. Your appearance, you can go in, and if I remember right, it lets you design your player when you first sign up for the game, when you first get it and start up, but you can go through and different accessories and things like that. And obviously your boat, this game is sponsored by Bass Cat, so that's what you're going to get. You got 3 or 4 different ones. I right now have a Bass Cat Puma. You start off with the, I guess it's a Haichu maybe, I don't know how to spell it. Anyway, it's very small motor. You can only go 40 miles an hour and it's excruciating. And I'll show you in another video how to work your way up to get to the Bass Cat Lynx and the Bass Cat Puma that go much, much faster. So back out of here. So you have the angler's log here. It shows you what all fish you caught, your trophy catches. And I really like the detail in the fish. I can tell what kind of fish they are in the different species, and that's really great. I think they did a good job with that. This shows you all the different species that you've caught. The biggest one, the biggest bass I caught is 15.3. You know, biggest spotted is 11 pounds, you know, so on and so forth. So you get the picture there. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Single player. You can go free fishing, fish wherever you want, doesn't really matter. You can go on, most of it is ponds and small lakes that you can actually walk around and fish for carp and things like that, catfish, etc. There's 3 lakes that come with the game right now, or a few that you have to unlock, Johnson, Williams, and Boulder, that you can actually get in your boat, ride around, catch bass, walleye, pike, things like that. So you can do that free fishing, or you can do tournaments. Different types of tournaments. I primarily do bass tournaments. This is how you would rank up very quickly. Your entry fees, $1,000 for the first one, and you win $10,000, or the entry fees $3,000, you win $15,000. You can see all that self-explanatory. I've won a few, and that's what got me the points that I've got in order to get the boat. You get the boat, it makes it a lot more fun. But you can do a bunch of different ones. It's really cool. Alright, or you can do what is personally my favorite and go online. This is where I'm going to hook up with my friend Case and say that we're just going to do an untimed session. Alright, here you can host a friend session, or just host a session where other people can get on, or you can join a session. In this case, we're going to host a session, and I'll show you how to do that. Here we are. We're going to go change a lake. We're going to go ahead and go to Lake Boulder. Alright, to me that's the toughest lake. That's the one they start you off with, and it's the toughest lake to catch bass on, so that's the one we're going to go to. I got Bass Cat Puma that I'm going to go ahead and pick. You can do duration 60 minutes. I'll go to no limit. Morning and clear sky just for this. Now, while that's loading, I want to tell you that this is a simulator. They call it Fishing Sim World, like simulator. Now, in my opinion, a game and a simulator are completely different. Well, I know this is on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, okay? So it's a game. It's called a simulator, but it's a game, all right? All right, so here we got the two players in here, all right? And we'll go ahead and let that load. So, but I'm going to go ahead and just show you all the pros and cons, all the things I like and all the things I don't like. Now, I fish for real, like most of us do, but some things just are very realistic, some things really aren't. So I'm just going to be completely honest and tell you which ones I think are good and which ones are not. Some things that maybe the game could update and improve on, some things that they just need to leave alone. Like if you look right now, it's a beautiful screen. I mean, that is incredible, and that's the water is great. You can see the leaves, the rocks. I mean, you kind of feel like you're there. So we're going to go ahead and go to Bob's Marina. Here, and it's like you can skip to different ones and go wherever. So, start you off on a pier, and you got to walk to your boat. If you want to walk faster, you can hold down right trigger. He'll kind of double time, but he won't run. So I think they could probably fix that up a little bit. If I could change one thing about this part, I think it'd be really cool if you could get in the boat with whoever you're online with. Much like if you're familiar with Grand Theft Auto or something like that, you can just hop in a vehicle with somebody, with another player, and ride around. I think you should be able to do that on this game. Like, I could hop into my boat, and whoever's on the session with me could hop in to my boat as well. We could ride around, and I could go up front, run the trolling motor, and fish while he gets in the back. And I think that'd be a really cool modification if they were able to do that. I think it'd be fun. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna target this point right here, okay? And this right here is right close to the bank, or to the dock we started off of. But it's really nice. Look, see, there's rocks. Hey, you got lily pads and everything. It's perfect. The point. There should be bass here. So you see my buddy Case right there, who is gonna pull up and fish as well. So we're gonna go to inventory. All right, I got 3 rods for my setup. Okay, I got 1 spinning and 2 bait casters. I got a crankbait, a buzz bait, and a worm, and you can change that by coming down here. I got 50-pound braid. But we're gonna throw a buzz bait, so I know that's on rod 2. So we'll go ahead and get out of that. Come over here, go to rod 2. Now to activate your trolling motor, this button right here. All right, RS, I guess is what they call it. You got to hold A down, and you can go forward and backwards and all that stuff. I think they could make the direction a little bit quicker. It takes a while to turn, but I do like the speed system. That's really neat. All right, so we're going to hold down left trigger, hold down right trigger, let off, and give it a good little cast. We'll see what we can come up with here. Now, one problem, I guess, and you can use LB and right B. You can see that right there, all the way up to 5, all the way down to 1. I typically, for pretty much every bait I got, I use 2. So right now we're throwing a buzz bait. You can see it skimming across the water. Show you the drag situation and why I don't necessarily like it that much. Because under no circumstances are you going to mess with the drag like that when you're catching a real bass. I mean, if you adjust the drag, it's one time a tiny bit. Otherwise, your drag should be fine. I don't understand the concept there. All right, so my buddy's got one. I'll swing over there and show you that what that looks like.
I got one and it's 4 strikes, but it doesn't mean you won't get it.
And so that's what it looks like when your buddy catches one over there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and you can kind of see it. I think online, of course, online's the only time you can kind of see yourself or the other person in third person, so to speak. Got off? Yeah, that happens. So, which is realistic. I do like that part. It's aggravating, but it is real. I mean, you will lose fish in real life, so you'll lose them on the game. It's all about how you set the hook. You have a poor strike, a good strike, and an excellent strike. And if you get an excellent strike, when you set the hook right here, and pull back like that. See how I did that? It pulls the lure out of the water. You want that green, that good strike. Or the excellent strike, I'm sorry. And that will make it a little harder to keep the fish on, or to lose the fish. But, oh, there we go. Okay, see, I got a poor strike. But
I just got a perfect strike.
Alright, well, the fish I caught is very small. It's probably not even a bass, so yeah, it's not. So, that's a pickerel, I believe. So, that's one thing I don't like. There should be more bass here, because in the real world, this would be prime real estate. Right off a deep point with some lily pads, and I think there should be a higher percentage of bass hookup than really anything else. So, what are you throwing, by the way?
I've got a buzz bait.
Okay, yeah, see, that's what I'm doing.
That's a walleye. You caught a pretty nice one, which I don't mind catching walleye, but in a bass tournament you'll lose.
Yeah, bass tournaments, they don't count walleye and whatever else, pike and pickerels and all that stuff. So, all right, see, okay, cool. We got a perfect strike there. So here's what I'm gonna do. If you notice the drag right here, all right, it's all the way down. All right, see how when it goes all the way to the top, it turns red? That's how I know it's a bass, because it doesn't seem like most other fish are gonna stress it that much. Now you can use your right analog. Actually, that looks like a smallmouth. It's hard to tell though. You can use your right analog to control your rod back and forth, up and down. Now in this case, I don't go back and forth too much. I'll go up and down. So I'm going to bring that drag all the way down when it comes up, but if it's all the way down at the bottom and the exclamation point at the bottom starts blinking, if it does that too much, that means there's too much slack in the line and the fish can get off. The other way around, the fish can pull off of the hook or it can just simply break the line. So you don't want to do that. Now it takes a while to fight these fish. On the other hand, not trying to pick the game apart, but I think it should be a little bit quicker, because if you're in a tournament, man, it takes like 3 minutes to catch a big fish. That kills you. It's almost better to catch a bunch of little ones, but you know, it's fun. It's all about the challenge, you know. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a smallmouth. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's really cool though. You can catch all kinds of different, you know, Kentucky or spotted, largemouth, smallmouth. I think that's really cool. So this one's 5 pounds 2 ounces. Not huge, but in the real world that'd be an excellent smallie. But anyway, so what I plan on doing is I plan on covering this game because I really think it's that good. It's a lot of fun to play, and right now during the winter I'll still bass fish for real, like outside for real. But I don't get to go as much, so I'm gonna kind of let people understand, you know, help people understand kind of how to play this game. The ones that don't really understand it, especially the reeling in part, the retrieving the fish and all that stuff. And I'm gonna go over how to build up your points to get a new, you know, the faster bass boat, and to get all the good stuff, man. Everything to conquer this game and get the maximum fun out of it, because it really is a blast to play. And
let's show the difference between my bass boat, the initial one you get, and the one you bought.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. All right, so we're gonna do a little race. So you just kind of, I'll go over more in detail how to catch the fish later in other videos, and how to target bass and things like that. For now, we're gonna do a little drag race. So I've got a Bass Cat Puma with a 250 on it, and what my buddy has is the 60 horse bass boat that you get when you first start the game. So if this is not an incentive to play this game and get you some points to get you a new boat, I don't know what is. So check this out. All right, here we go. Ready? Go ahead and go. You can get a little head start. So his boat goes 40, mine goes 75. So now he's very close to getting his own boat. You just have to fish a bunch of tournaments, and they're not hard, and I'll go over that in another video. You see, he started way before me. I'm already up to 65, 70, 75. You know, he's gone. See that? I really like the realism. The water looks really cool for a game. That looks really, really good. I don't know if there's any difference on PC and on PlayStation. I think it kind of depends on your computer. But, I mean, it looks really cool, man. You can get a lot of people on here and do your little tournament. And, I mean, it's really, really, really neat. Do a shotgun start like in real tournaments. So, I give the game an A-. I think there's things that you can improve on. But, man, it's pretty sweet. There's not a lot of calm, chill games like this out there anymore. So, you know, if you really like to fish and like the challenge and you're a gamer and you love to play video games, then, hey, man, why not? Why not go after it, right? So anyway, like, subscribe. I really do appreciate the support. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments section below. We're going to get out. We're going to do some real fishing. But in the meantime, we're going to go. We're going to play the heck out of this game. If there's anything you want to see or something that maybe I did wrong, don't understand, I'm cool with feedback, man. Let me know. Comment section is a great place, but you can also hit me up on Instagram, Twitter at MotorYakTV. Follow me there. And we'll go have a good time. A lot of times I post my pictures of my fake fish on my Instagram along with my real ones. It's a lot of fun. Why not, right? Anyway, take care. Have a good one.